the various patterns as well as the trends and the useful information that can support our business. The Python is one of a most popular and a standard language that supports the data analysis. So we are writing import numpy has np followed by, in order to go with one-dimensional array, I'm defining array1 followed by numpy, usually a Python library that is useful in order to go with the data manipulations as well as the data analysis. Hello everyone, I welcome you all to the third session of Unit 4 under Python programming. This session 3 is all about data analysis. Over here, my name is Deepa Kutnikar. I am working as an assistant professor at the Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Let's move forward and see the agenda of today's session. In today's session, we will be discussing the data analysis, and with respect to data analysis, what are the Python tools that are available, or we can say the Python libraries that are available for data analysis. So how to do the data analysis, what is data analysis process, then further we will be learning few of the data analysis libraries that is most oftenly used in the industries or in the IT sectors, which is none other than the NumPy as well as a Panda libraries. So we will be understanding like what is this library and what are the things that has been included under this libraries and all. So these are the things that we discuss in our today's session. So let's begin our session with understanding the introduction of data analysis. So what is the data analysis? Data analysis is nothing but a simple process of collecting the information, cleaning it and transforming it to the required formats as well as interpreting the data. So this complete process, we call it as a data visualization. Now, why this data analysis must be done? Because based on data analysis, or we will use the data analysis in order to predict the various patterns as well as the trends and the useful information that can support our business. Along with the business, it will also support in the decision making of any of the problem or the applications. And let's say that the Python is one of a most popular and a standard language that supports the data analysis. As we know that Python supports this data analysis. So how does it support? It supports the data analysis using multiple libraries like pandas, then NumPy and matplotlib. So these are the three very important libraries that is utilized for data analysis. The NumPy, we will be studying this, then followed by pandas and matplot library. As the name itself says, it is completely utilized to represent the mathematical operations or the representation of mathematical information. So that can be done by using this matplot library, which is completely used for visualization purposes. Yes, over here we can see that the three persons are analyzing the data. So they are analyzing in order to predict the pattern or trend as well as the useful information. They are searching that whether any of the useful information is there that we can get by seeing this analysis. So this is all about data analysis. Let's move forward with understanding the first library of Python programming, that is none other than NumPy. NumPy, yes. It is a Python library which is the shortest form of numerical Python library. Yes, NumPy is called as numerical Python. Now, this NumPy is very advantageous as it is a complete open source library that is available, and we can use this library for any of the mathematical as well as scientific computing. When we call a mathematical or scientific calculations, then absolutely the first thing that comes with respect to the real-time applications is none other than array and a matrix, correct, right? So yes, these multi-dimensional arrays as well as matrices are hugely supported by this NumPy library. By using this library, we can easily and quickly complete our task, so that we can say that the NumPy library is fastest and more efficient Python list. So yes, when we compare this NumPy with a list. This NumPy library provides the fastest as well as more efficient results with respect to data analysis. Yes, it is widely used in machine learning, data analysis as well as in the scientific application. So that is a simple NumPy, but it is very useful and gives the efficient results when it comes to real-time applications. Let's move forward and understand the features of NumPy or numerical Python library. NumPy will support the n multi-dimensional arrays, that is considered as ND array. It also supports the vectorized operations followed by mathematical and statistical functions. We can say that NumPy is more efficient and also it provides easy integration with other libraries too. So these are the features of NumPy. Now let's see an example of how to create an array by using this NumPy library. So initial thing, we have to import that NumPy library. So we are writing import NumPy has NP followed by, in order to go with one-dimensional array, I'm defining array1 followed by NumPy. So we are utilizing that library. So we are defining it as np.array followed by the elements or the objects inside the array are considered like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, let's see how to define the two-dimensional array. Again, it's the same thing. We are defining array2 with np.array where we are creating multiple list or we are creating multiple arrays. Like 1, 2, 3 is one of the array. Next, 4, 5, 6 is our second array. Up next, we have to go with printing both the two-dimensional array and one-dimensional array. So once this execution is completed, at the output, we will be getting a complete one-dimensional array and the two-dimensional array because we are just printing the array as it is. Alright, so over here, the main thing to note here is the np.array. We are utilizing that numerical Py library in each step in order to define the array. So this is how we will be doing or creating an array using NumPy library. Up next, let's see. Is there any special cases to create an array using NumPy? Yes, absolutely, it's there. By using np.zeros, we can directly create an array that's filled with zeros. Similarly, np.ones, by using this, we can create an array that holds the complete elements of ones. Next is np.arrange. Here, it creates a range of values. Up next is np.linespace. This is responsible for creating array with evenly spaces between the elements. So these are the few special cases through which we can directly go with defining or creating the array. So over here we have example np.zeros which gives us 3 zeros. Next np.ones which gives us a array filled with 4 ones followed by np.arrange. So we can directly write the range by saying this 1, 10, 2. So this can be arranged as 1, 2, 10 followed by np line spaces. So over here between each element we can give a space. Now let's move forward and see the operations on NumPy array. As we know, the first is none other than our arithmetic operation. So yes, the NumPy is basically designed or that is available for completely processing the numerical operations as well as scientific operations, right? So this is initially supporting the arithmetic operations. Next, it is also utilized for comparison operators followed by the statistical operations. Now let's define an array, that is np.array followed by the elements 10, 20, 30, and next is a NumPy array followed by 1, 2, 3. So these are the two of the arrays that has been created by using the NumPy library. Up next, let's see the operations with respect to NumPy arrays, like the basic arithmetic operation. Here we are dealing, that is print of a plus b followed by next one print of a into b followed by print of a dot mean and a dot max. So this represents our comparison as well as the statistical operation. Alright, so this is with respect to NumPy, that is numerical Pi. Up next, let's head with next type of library, that is pandas. Pandas are usually a Python library that is useful in order to go with the data manipulations as well as the data analysis. These pandas are extended part of NumPy, or we can say that it is completely built on NumPy. This provides the fast as well as flexible data structures. This is used to work with the structured data like tables, columns, rows, etc. So over here we can see a small icon of Panda library that's been supporting the Python programming. Yes, this is a Panda library function that is being supported by Python library. All right, let's move forward. Yes, the next topic is Pandas data structures. We have series data structure, which is nothing but the one-dimensional labeled information on the data, and up next a data frame which holds the two-dimensional labeled data or the informations. Data frame, it just means like a set of rows and columns put together will form a data frame. Up next, let's see how the Panda series are being defined. Panda series is nothing but a one-dimensional data series or array with respect to Python. Python library, as we know, it can hold any of the data, or we can also say that it holds the data of any type, like it is responsible or it can handle integers, strings, floats, then followed by Python objects, etc. We can say that these pandas are very similar to NumPy arrays but with an added index. So that's the advantage of this Panda library. Over here, let's say an example, we are importing Panda library. So import pandas has PD. Up next, we are considering PD because we are dealing with Panda library, correct? So it has to be mentioned here is equals PD.series. We are defining a one-dimensional array. Thus, the same data type, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, it's been defined. Alright, finally, what is my task? I need to print that S. So this is how we will be creating the Panda series one-dimensional arrays. Okay, up next, let's see the Pandas data frame. Data frame, as we know, it is nothing but a set of rows and columns put together, right? Let's see an example here. Data equals name Asha, Ravi, Neha, and marks with 85, 90, 78. So these two are the content that has to be represented inside the table. Up next, let's see that define function is equal to pd.dataframe of data followed by print df. Yes, over here, let's see how to create a data frame from a simple Excel file. So yes, even here it is possible by a Panda library. So let's see how was it possible. The initial thing that is to be considered is it has to read the information from the Excel file. So in order to do this, what it needs one more library, that is OpenPy Excel library. So this has to be required in order to deal with a Excel file. Let's see an example here. We are importing pandas as PD. Okay, that's done. Further, defining that pd dot read underscore excel. So we have to write the name of the Excel sheet over here. Okay, student dot xlsx is my file that has to be read. Okay, that's done. Finally, I have to go with printing that complete Excel file. So through this, we can say that we can create an Excel file from a data frame from Excel file. Now let's see how to create that data frame from CSV file. So first, let's understand what is this CSV file. CSV file is none other than the comma separated values. So this is a type of file format which is commonly used in data formats. Let's see an example here. df equals pd.read underscore csv of student.csv. So we are reading the data from student.csv file and we are bringing up with inside this Python programming by using our pandas library. So this is how we can create a data frame from the CSV file. Now let's see how this data frame can be created using dictionary. Is it possible? Yes, absolutely it is possible. as we are dealing with pandas library. So let's understand how is this possible. The main thing that is required to create the data frame using dictionary requires a pandas data frame constructor. So this has to be utilized in order to create it. The dictionary names that we consider will form as a column names, and further the values will form the content of that columns. Let's see this through an example. Here we are considering the data which has roll number and the name as well as the marks of a student. Let's close the brackets. Up next, we are defining panda pd.dataframe as data. So this is a constructor that we are declaring in order to create a data frame using the dictionary. So once it is done, further we are going with printing that data frame. So this is all about creating a data frame using dictionary. Similarly, the data frame can be constructed using a tuple too. Let's see an example for that over here. Again, we are writing the data that is a number, roll number, name, followed by the marks of the students. Next thing, what we will be doing is we are calling the PD, that is panda.dataframe, followed by we are writing a statement that is data, columns equals ID, name and score. So these are the three columns that has to be generated, and inside that the content will be filled. Further, finally, what we need to do, we need to print that data frame. Now let's see what are the basic operations that can be considered with respect to data frame. The first operation is viewing data. So in order to view the data, we will be using these two methods, that is head and tail. Up next, in order to shape that data frame, we will go with shape of method or the function. Next, with respect to column names, we will go with columns of function. Let's see an example over here. So in order to view the friend data, we are writing df.head, followed by, in order to shape that data frame, we are writing df.shape. Similarly, in order to mention the column name, we are writing print df.column. So these are the few basic operations that can be considered with respect to data frame. Next, the further set of operations that can be considered under data frame are none other than selecting columns, filtering the rows, and adding new columns if required. Let's see example for this, that is print df of marks, followed by high equals data frame of data frame marks greater than 80. So here it forms a clear filter of rows which only shows the student's name who have scored greater than 80. Similarly, print, we are printing the same, followed by df of result. So only those who have scored greater than 80, they will be passed. So this is a small criteria that has been considered as a simple example in order to represent the basic operations of data frame, that's by using Panda library. So this is with respect to Panda. Now let's move ahead and understand the advantage of pandas and NumPy. We know that both are the Python libraries that are utilized for complete data analysis process, right? So let's see the advantage of this library. The initial thing what we can expect is complete fast computation. Yes, by using this libraries, the computation speed will be increasing, or we can say that the fast computation occurs. The next is easy handling of the large data. So the large data can be handled very easily. Further, let's speak with the syntax. The syntax for this Panda and NumPy both are very simple. There is no large keywords are required. Very simple keywords or the process is being considered, and we can say that it is completely or widely used in industries and research fields. So these are the advantages of NumPy and Panda libraries. Further, let's see the applications of these libraries. This is usually used in many real-time applications like in business analytics, banking and finance fields, in healthcare sectors, in the machine learning and AI fields. Also, it's been utilized in the academic research fields. So these are the few of the applications where these libraries are considered. This is with respect to today's session. Now let's glance the things that we have discussed till here. The first thing that we studied is what is data visualization. Further, we started understanding the NumPy library. So we did understood NumPy is a library that supports complete numerical operations. Nextly, we did started understanding the next library function, that is none other than pandas. Thus, we can say that pandas are completely utilized for data analysis and data interpretations. Further, we did understood how to create the arrays, series and data frames using these library functions. Further, we did also understood a complete data frame can be built or created with the help of files like Excel file, .csv files, and then dictionaries and tuples. So these are the things that we have discussed in today's session. And in the upcoming session, we will be dealing with data visualization. So in order to go with data visualization, which is the Python library that is available, we will be studying that library further. We will also be studying that visualization types like line chart, bar chart, histogram, and the pie charts, etc. So these are the things that we discuss in our further session. Until then, thank you.